Hey guys, what's up? It's that guy Juice, and this is my second time recording this because the first time I recorded it, I forgot to turn on Camtasia sound. So, yeah, that did not record. But anyway, this is an Inzektors deck profile. I'm not gonna be playing this in like duels. I don't think I might play it, but right now, I'm just kind of making the deck because they apparently got dead, but I still think they're pretty good. Um, I still think they're very playable. Well, actually, not very playable. I think they're still playable. Like they can do pretty decent at locals or something. Maybe if someone comes up with a really creative build that makes them consistent again, they can be played again. But right now, I kind of threw this together and it kind of works. So anyway, you got the obvious Inzektor lineup. The only thing you should really be needing explanation for is Hopper and Ladybug and Centipede, I guess, or Gigamantis. But pretty much, Hopper triggers the effects so that you can add those Hornets and Dragonflies to hand, so it's pretty good. Ladybug makes Exceed plays happen, and I thought Ladybug is pretty good. So yeah, and not only that, Hopper's is 1700, so it is pretty big for an Executor, which are really small. One Gigamantis just because it has a really good effect. It makes OTKs happen, and it's just a good card in general. Like I can't say anything bad about it. Actually, I can. It's an awful dead draw, but the times when it's dead draw, it makes up for it by being really good in OTKing. Double tour guide and one Sangan. I decided to only run three tour guide targets, even though that is an odd number and makes the tour guide engine kind of inconsistent. But it's already inconsistent enough of the way it is as the ban list because you have to run stuff like Tour Bus or Night Assailant are probably the two most chosen now. And like Tour Bus is a complete dead draw, number one. And it may be able to answer something like a Hornet in the graveyard or something, but like Tour Bus is a dead draw, and Night Assailant, like at least it's not a dead draw. At least it can work by itself in some way. But yeah, triple Tour Guide was just so much better. One Sangan because this deck has kind of been reduced to Sangan Turbo. Double card D because it lets you get the draw powers in, and it's an effect Valor bait. Um, this card pretty much, if its summon is correct, it's a +1 no matter what. Like if they effect Valor it, you get to +1 off effect Valor, and then there's one less effect Valor in the deck. Or if they let its effect go off, then you get to draw two more cards. So it's just really good. Double card trooper because it gets the mills in and it lets you draw cards, so it's really good. It's an answer to Thunder King, which a lot of hero decks are playing now in triples or doubles or whatever. I haven't really looked up too much deck lists. I've kind of been out of Yu-Gi-Oh! This September format, so whatever. Double Raikou, I decided to run Raikou over Snowman Eater for obvious reasons that Raikou mills. And, if you get that Horn in the graveyard, it's really good. And not only that, if you get the Dragonfly in graveyard, it's not that bad either because you do have stuff like Gigamantis called the Haunted Monster Born. So, the milling aspect of this deck I think is really needed. One Spirit Reaper because it gets the stalls in, and this is my one tech Debris Dragon. Um, I haven't really ever dead drawed this. I mean, I guess it is possible for it to be a dead draw, but I think it's just really good and it baits out more effect failures. Um, so yeah, not only that, getting a black rose off on some of those fields that people are making nowadays is just really good, especially just a free black rose. You have Hornet as a target, you have Ladybugs as a target, you have Raikous as target, you have Card Troopers as targets, and the one Spirit Reaper as a target. So you do have a lot of targets. You do have a village, and I think that one Debris Dragon is fairly decent in this uh, triple MST. The destruction of Akros necessary, very necessary. Um, Double Excalibur. Excalibur is just really good. Like it makes all your Inzektors a floater, and not only that, like if you mill a Dragonfly, you can just equip Excalibur onto like a Centipede or something, and just add it back to your hand whenever Centipede gets destroyed, or whenever Excalibur gets sent to the graveyard in general. One Book of Moon. Book of Moon's really good because it's a Book of Moon. I think Book of Moon's really good. Allure. Allure is really good in so many ways. I know I say A lot of these cards in the deck are really good, but Lure is just really good because you get to draw two cards, number one, and then you get to banish a dark. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, but all these things are dark, and they're all level 3, and Levier is rank 3. So, that just works out really well. It makes OTKs happen. So yeah, one dark hole because it's like dark hole and very good. Um, the funny part about dark hole is that you don't even really need it in this deck. You can just It's just still really good to use. One Foolish Burial because it's like running two Hornets, and that's pretty good. um, Heavy Storm and Dark Hole or Monster Born. I shouldn't have to explain these. Triple Call the Haunted. Uh, Pretty much when most Inzektor plays are based off a normal summon, so you can get like a lot of Inzektor plays off of a Call the Haunted. So I thought it was pretty good. There's a lot of milling happening in the deck, so Call the Haunted is just a very good card, I think. It's actually so good that I was considered running a limit reverse, but I don't really have room for limit reverse, and yeah, there's like only let's see, that's pretty good to limit reverse a card trooper, Sangan, and well, I mean in response to an MST, so it can grab all your floaters, but yeah, and it can also grab Dragonfly. So limit reverse is an option for this deck, but with Call the Haunted 3, it's really just unnecessary. Triple Raigeki Break. Raigeki Break is a really good card in this deck. Um, Once you get your Hornet in the graveyard and your Inzektors in hand, every other card in this deck pretty much becomes a dead draw. Like you're not going to be setting a Raikou when you have an Inzektor play. You're not going to be summoning a card trooper and milling when you have an Inzektor play. You might summon a tour guide because Levier does exist, but like pretty much Raigeki Break um, makes every single card in your hand that's not an Inzektor Hornet. It's kind of cool. It's a way of thinking about it, even though it's not really. But it makes less cards in hand, I guess, for card D if you don't want to discard it in phase. So whatever. Double Solemn Warning because Solemn Warning is really good, and one Threatening Roar because Threatening Roar just stops OTKs, and Timed Out due to inactivity. I'm gonna go explain my side deck real fast. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, that's annoying. Let's go ahead and explain the side deck. I'm gonna go ahead and pause while this loads. Oh no, it alphabetized my deck, and now it's out of order. Oh well. Anyway, side deck, triple effect failure. Because effect failure is pretty good. Yeah. Triple Thunder King, because Thunder King is also a pretty good card, I heard. And, some decks are just like summon Thunder King and win. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe, but yeah. I mean, some decks are just that inconsistent sometimes. Dimensional Fissure. You know, Inzektor Hornet is considered an equipped spell card when it's equipped to like a Dragonfly or something. So it doesn't remove from play Hornets at all, and it stops effect failures, DD Crows, Maxis, whatever hand trap they have in their hand. They cannot activate it with this card out, so it's pretty good. Double Messenger of Peace. Messenger of Peace is just really good in general too because you can destroy it yourself if it's slowing you down. You can pop it with an Inzektor if it's slowing you down, and it also slows down your opponent. So it's just a pretty good card. Triple Dust Tornado because I do not have Royal Decree in real life, so I decided to play this deck how I have it in real life. So triple Dust Tornado. Dust Tornado is really good, and double Torrential Tribute just because like Torrential Tribute is a really good card I heard. Um, Extra deck, you do have effect failures in the side deck, and effect failures are kind of in everybody's main deck, and you do have a monster born, so I decided to throw in Armory and Catastrophe. Armory just because it's level 4 and all your Inzektors are level 3, so I thought, why not? I mean, I can't really think of anything else to put in here. One Black Rose because you have the Debris Dragon. Black Rose is pretty good. Iron Chain Dragon, just because you have the Debris Dragon, so you need Iron Chain. And not like that with Brio Gun. There's really no good level 6s anymore. The only good one is probably Iron Chain Dragon, and that's just because it's the only target for Debris Dragon. One Star Dragon because you don't really need the Scrap Dragon just because everybody, you know. Oh God, I can't finish my sentences. Inzektors pop a lot of stuff, believe it or not. So The only difference at that point is just 300 attack, so I thought this would be pretty good. Adrius, because you have the Ladybug. Gemini Pearl, because it's big. Levier, because it's broken. Leviathan, because it's a rank 3. Giga Brilliant, because it's a rank 3 that makes OTKs happen. It's a Utopia. It's a Photon Strike Bouncer. Um, you have Ladybug plays, so rank 6s are not necessarily a completely bad thing for this deck, so it can make a rank 3s. Most likely, the only way to make a rank 3 in this deck is to have a double hopper out on the field and then have a Ladybug in the graveyard, and then you can make a rank 6. The situation's kind of not always there, but when the situation is there and you have the extra deck space, why not have the situation ready? One Tin Tempo. Tin Tempo is pretty good. It removes some materials from Zen mains, and that's pretty much its main purpose. Um, one Tyrus, just because Tyrus is really good, and whatever. And one Zen mains because Zen mains is pretty good, and everybody has one now. Um, yeah, guys, tell me what you think about this deck. I'm really interested in making it better. Uh, I was thinking about Phoenix Wing Windblast over Aigeki Break, but I decided that the only thing that Phoenix Wing Windblast would probably be better in a situation is with like a floater like Sangan, but they're gonna end up drawing it anyway, which then it's gonna become a floater still. In Zen mains, so I think Raigeki Break is just better in some senses because like when you're versing a BLS, I would rather have a BLS in the graveyard than a BLS in the top of the deck where they can just draw it again and summon it. I mean, like, there's very rare situations where someone runs a BLS and only has like one target, one light and dark target. So I think our Geeky Break is just better in that sense. Dust Tornadoes get those MSTs, or well, they're like MSTs except they're trap cards and you can't activate them right away. But yeah. Anyway, guys, like I said, tell me what you think. I'm not going to be playing this deck. Whenever I start recording videos again, whenever I decide to do that. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm out.